Good evening and welcome to another scene in the living world of darkness. Tonight we start with Jules. Jules is heading, well, she's, as far as she knows, going to a meeting place. She has requested, been told to request, depending on well, how you look at it, with the person known as Theodore. She hasn't really met this person, not in any way like on a one-on-one basis. I mean, he's a busy man. She understands that. But he has set a meeting away from the bunker, still underground, but it's an older part of the sewer, um, and it's not been used for some time. You can see that this has probably been like as Jules is moving, like first of all, as you can tell by like the smell is no way as bad as other places since it's not been used for quite some time, and it's also like it's not totally walled off, but there are some like lines of do not cross, utility services of New York, something like that. It's supposed to close off some of the passages, but you've been instructed to go this way, and it's a little, well, it's dark, and it's well, if you weren't one of the kindred, and just perhaps a little, well, a little superstitious or afraid of the dark, this might not be the most comfy of places, but oh well. What
About
is
an hour,
what
about an
is
hour,
Jules thinking right now?
about an hour before the meeting. She'd like to go hunting. If I can
She
do a
can
quick
do that.
roll.
Yes.
Uh, she hunts socially. Um,
And that is 4 plus 3.
there's blush of health and presence. Those give.
And you have 3 in. Uh, you are using empathy or subterfuge?
Um, Probably empathy. She'll probably try and like befriend somebody, flirting.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, you actually, let me see. That is, yeah. You have some blood in you. Uh, you're not full, but that's 2 blood. That's good.
yeah, it's better than 4.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she'll do that, and then she will make her way to this location. She's wearing um like a black hoodie, beanie, black leather gloves. Um, and she's got her lock picking kit with her and a small knife. But that's just things she generally carries.
Hmm.
Um, Boots, sort of like utility boots, stuff that she wouldn't really mind getting dirty. Um, Jules is always in the habit of wearing gloves anyway because of her previous life. Um, and she'll make her way into this disused part of the sewer, and she will cautiously look around.
Yeah. This looks like it's been abandoned for some time. Um, but I mean, you've been instructed to go at least through 2 barricades. It's been like it's essentially an instruction of keep moving forward, and at some point you see light, what seems to be like normal lights from a house or something, but obviously it's not a house down here. But it seems like to come just well, a little bit, just up the way. That there is some light coming.
She heads towards the light, just being aware, being cautious. Um,
Yeah, there's a couple of just like barrels. There's some crates and a makeshift table, which is a barrel and a like. Uh, well, it's a couple of crates with a board of like plasterboard uh, made into a makeshift table, and there is quite out of place a very nice deck lamp on top of this makeshift table. Um, and you'll just hear a voice. Ah, welcome. Do allow me to give me just a moment. Please take a seat and make yourself comfortable.
Theodore's hearing.
Fairly good.
As she was walking down the tunnel during her approach, um, you hear her something in Spanish.
Um, okay. What is she saying in Spanish?
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. It's the Lord's Prayer.
Hmm. Hmm. Um, yeah, and you can take a seat, and but you don't see anyone just yet.
He's told her to sit down.
Well, he said you can take a seat, make yourself comfortable, but
She
you can refuse, of course.
she sits down.
um, just a moment. And this person, who you probably haven't seen before, but you've heard of, just comes in. He's holding. He seems a little. He seems busy because he's holding a tablet and he's texting someone. You think, but you also see that under it, like in the same hand, he's holding a notebook. And he says, yeah, I am terribly sorry. And he just finishes the tablet, just puts it in his pocket along with the notebook, and just comes in and just gestures with the hat, just lifts it, just says, "Good evening, um, Jules, Juliana. Is there a preference?"
Um, Jules stands up when he comes in and gives him kind of a polite bow of the head in return for his lifting of the hat. She's yeah, she's probably not what you'd expect from a bourgeois. She's not um vicious looking. In fact, she's got charisma 4. I think she's got the approachable or smooth bonus. So she's kind of like she's got one of those faces that's kind of like accommodating um
Hmm.
and friendly. She gives him a big friendly smile, petite. She gives him a she sort of bows her head and she says, Juliana Chavez, neonate of Clan Bruges. A pleasure to meet you, sir.
Hmm. Well mannered. That's always good. I do. Yes, I have so very many things to see to these nights. I'm sorry, but yes, I heard. Well, I was informed that you wanted to meet. I hope these accommodations will do for the moment. Yes, Theodore Williams of Clan Milky. Sorry, my mistake. Nosferatu. Sorry. Um, elder of Clan Nosferatu. Um, I do not believe we've met before. You are one of the new arrivals, yes?
Yes.
Oh, it's good to have you here. So, I believe you have something you want to tell me.
Isaac wanted me to come and see you and fill you in on what happened when myself and my coterie went to Diablo, the gun shop owned by the Sabbat.
Mm-hmm.
We expected a minor reconnaissance mission, but when we were there, we learned that he was the well-known leader of the. She gives a description of Jimmy or Negan, but we were able to overhear that they know the location of one of the bunkers and are planning an attack.
He doesn't say anything, he just looks at you.
They got into a confrontation with somebody called Mr. Spillane. When he fled the confrontation, they followed him back to one of the bunkers. But I imagine it's the bunker that he stays in most often.
Mm. That is... some of that is indeed prudent information to have. Mm. Tell me, how long have you been in this city?
Only a couple of weeks.
And you survived this?
Jimmy, as he called himself, did not recognize us as kindred.
Ah,
We posed as customers in this building, which is masquerading as a gun shop.
the great veil of anonymity. Not a luxury you will have forever, but for the now, it should serve you very, very well. Hmm. Yes.
Elizabeth over here when they were having a meeting in the back room using her supernatural power of they were very angry. Jimmy was very angry that his group had failed to kill Spillane.
Mm.
And one of them was being reprimanded for his failure.
Right. It's not surprising. What's surprising is that the person lived that reprimand. It's not necessarily what you would call customary for the Sabbat. Your failure serves as an inspiration for others. More likely than a chance to improve yourself, but that, at least as far as I know.
Oh, see, I know that I'm not sure whether Elizabeth would have told me that he was killed because I'm not sure whether she knew that, so I won't say so.
No, but that's totally fine. But he just sits there. Very good. Super. Well, thank you for this.
We are preparing to secure all the bunkers. And also we are, tomorrow evening, taking a frontal attack to the one known as the Leech.
Very good. I commend this initiative. It's very, very good. But be careful. Some of these Sabat are quite skilled. But he just sits there for a moment, just looks at you, and just as to securing the bunkers, I have already made quite a few preparations. You should, of course, do whatever you can to prepare and, well, secure whatever needs to be secured, but I have quite a few things I'm confident will slow them down considerably.
She nods.
Of course, I will be around. If the time comes, I will assist. Will you be taking part in this defense?
I believe I'll volunteer to help with the attack on the Leech. My powers of the blood are useful against any of his defenses that he might have set up. I believe more experienced members of the unit will be taking him on directly.
Very well. When the time comes, I will notify people that is required. You see, there are multiple ways to get out of the bunker. Everyone knows of the main entrance, but we do not want to get caught, trapped. There are ways to get out, which I will inform you or others if need is for an evacuation of sorts. But that is not required right now. What is required is that you focus on this attack. You know the general rules, shoot for the head, all those things, yes?
She nods.
Good. Good. You'll be fine. Or at least I very much hope so. Such a lovely person as yourself. You, uh, you just smile, or you think it's a smile, but it's hard to figure with this face covered, but you can see that there is something that's probably a fairly wide mouth. Just you think smiles at you. Just it would be an absolute tragedy if you were to leave us.
She gives him a big sort of friendly, wide-eyed smile. You can probably tell that this is, from her body language, this is not her usual demeanor. She's on her good behavior, her good court behavior. The friendliness isn't false, but she thinks quite carefully about what she says before she says it. You can tell there's little processes of thought. My coterie Trinity is at your service. if you do need us.
I'm sure I will need people in general. But thank you. I'll keep that very much in mind.
We were sent here to New York to assist in any way we can with reclaiming the city.
Yes, yes. And stop another catastrophe from happening. In the process, shall we say.
I understand many of my brothers and sisters have fallen so far.
Yes, yes. Sadly, they have. Something that's needed to be avenged, of course.
She gives him a kind of shy, little bit sad smile, and she says, I'll do my best to live up to it.
Oh, I have no doubt you will. This is the thing, I suppose you could say. It is tragic that so many have passed, and I wish we could have avoided all this. It does present us with opportunity. We can meet others, meet new people that we would never have crossed paths with before, so, and might never have seen. One is easily to fall to depression and nihilism, I suppose you could call it. This horror of the loss, but one must always try to grab the positives when they are presented to one.
She nods. I'm on my way to see my clan elder, Ajax.
Ah, Ajax. Yes, very well. Do enjoy yourself. He is splendid company. You have met him before, yes?
No,
You are in for a treat. He is a wonderful, wonderful person.
she smirks, kind of almost suspiciously, in a kind of a really kind of way.
Much like, well, we have only just met, and of course I will enjoy many visits from you. He seems a bit like you, not what you normally think of when you think of a bourgeois. And by that I do not mean any offense. I hope you do not take it as such.
Well, my sire always said she embraced me for this. She points to her head, not for these, as she holds up her fists.
Hmm. Well, undoubtedly there's much, much to enjoy. See, this is one of the most sad things about this whole conflict. So much time that could be spent in good company, discussing things that are so much more pleasant to talk about, and yet we are forced to do them through this drivel of madness and stupidity. People wanting to kill other people. I honestly think it's a waste of time. Well, suppose it's not, but I do wish I could spend my time quite differently, but alas.
Hmm. She gets kind of a thoughtful look on her face. Time to talk about philosophy when the war is done.
A pragmatist at heart. Good sign. He just says,
She smiles again and she says, "If you'll give me leave, I'll let you carry on with your work."
I suppose you must. He looks at her for a moment and says, "Tell me, my dear." Well, I will not comment. Well, I suppose I cannot. I'm not really up to the trends and fashions of this time, but I assume that you have other clothing than what you're wearing right now, yes?
Yes.
And this is a practical necessity, would you say?
Well, I don't like to wear my fancy stuff to. She sort of with her hand.
I suppose you would. Well, you'll also have to wear it to an opera. Have you ever been?
She shakes her head.
Oh, you will love it, my dear. You will love it. My treat. I will have something arranged and you will accompany me. There's
She gives him
never
kind
as
of.
good a time as the first time. Trust me.
She gives him kind of a. Her expression is sort of a giveaway of how young she is. Then she sort of gives him kind of a wide-eyed, really expression.
He seems well, as much as you can tell, but like it didn't seem to be. It seemed to be quite genuine,
Yeah,
which for an elder to a neonate seems odd.
yeah. She's kind of. Jules has occasionally her appearance or it may be just the way that she chooses to act. It's not quite clear, but sometimes she has this kind of quite innocent, childlike excitement that 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 shows through. So she looks quite excited. Energy.
Of course, it might not be right away given the circumstance we're in, but don't worry. I will tend to the details. You will just bring your smile and goodwill one evening, and I will introduce you to something that is sadly lost on quite a few of the younger people in this our world, our reality. But that's weird. Never gets any easier to describe just what we are indeed part of. One should think that with several centuries of practice that you would be somewhat used to describing it, but strange. Listen to this old Oh, becoming sentimental. Yes, I have many things to tend to, and you have an elder to meet, another elder to meet. Please, be on your way, and do give my very best regards to Ajax when you meet him.
I will.
Very well, very good. Please, have a good evening.
She gives him another sort of head nod, head bow, and a smile, and exit the store.
You leave. You notice that the light, as you're walking away, the light at some point just shuts off. It's not that it's completely dark, and you're because you could make your way in, but you do notice that, and you will head back. And as you head back, the scene will come to a close. Thank you very much for, well, thank you very much, players for playing and watchers for watching. Good night.